Europe's wealth rested on two things: its industrial strength and its domination of the rest of the world. This was the golden age of European imperialism. By 1900, European powers owned or controlled most of Africa and Asia, and all or part of every other continent as well. While imperialism was evidence of European strength, it also revealed a basic dependency. Each country's prosperity hinged on its ability to maintain and expand its colonial empire. This created competition among the various imperialist powers for control of foreign territory. Imperialist rivalry is considered a primary cause of World War I.
Around 1880, a mad grab for new colonies began among the European powers. Over the next 20 years, they seized vast areas of the globe, as wealth and power came increasingly to depend on colonial possessions. Britain led the way in this new round of colonial conquest, having long since outstripped all competitors in the contest for colonies and for trade routes that had begun 400 years earlier. For most of the 19th century, Britain was also Europe's leading manufacturing country, as the wealth from its empire promoted rapid industrial expansion. This, in turn, created pressure for further colonization, to provide factories with a constant flow of raw materials unavailable at home, secure markets where manufacturers could sell their products, and safe places for them to invest their growing wealth. India helped fulfill these needs. Britain had long been dominant in India through the British East India Company. Following a series of uprisings in the 1850s, the British government actually seized control, and the vast subcontinent of ancient civilizations became the centerpiece of the British Empire. In Africa, Britain faced competition from other European powers, whose appetite for colonies expanded as their industries grew. Only 10% colonized in 1880, Africa was 90% under European control by 1900. Britain and France grabbed the largest shares, with the rest left to Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Italy, and Germany. In Asia, China was the biggest remaining prize. Here, the once powerful Manchu dynasty was losing its grip on the world's most populous nation. The imperialist powers struggled among themselves for shares of the lucrative China trade. By 1900, most of Asia was controlled by one European power or another, either through outright colonization or through treaties creating spheres of influence, which granted the holder the right to exclusive economic exploitation. From then on, with Asia and Africa divided among them, any territorial gain on the part of one power could only be made at the expense of another. And Britain was the envy of all the other imperialist powers. Imperialist rivalry caused numerous localized disputes, wars, and skirmishes around the turn of the century.
Japan and China over Korea and Formosa. The United States and Britain over Venezuela. Britain and France over the Sudan. Spain and the United States over Cuba and the Philippines. Britain and the Dutch colonists over South Africa. Germany and France over Morocco. Russia and Japan over Manchuria.
The intensive arms race had encouraged each nation to equate its preservation with its military strength, creating a mood in which war seemed inevitable. The alliance system had virtually guaranteed that if a war erupted, it would engulf all of Europe. And at the root of it all was the fierce competition among the imperial powers to realize their national dreams by gaining control of the world's resources.